What is going on, guys? Matt Downs with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports here to give you the edge for this Prizepicks board. We have 11 games to choose from, unlike yesterday's 2-game slate, but I cannot wait to break it down. Let's go ahead and go over our success here from yesterday. So yesterday I posted my recap. This was late last night, but what we did after I got off the video, obviously there were a lot of moving parts. I posted my video earlier in the day, and the one thing you have to get a hold of, the one thing that you have to get used to, is when these injuries do come out for the NBA, because once the NBA news comes out, you have to be able to react to certain Prizepicks overs or unders, whether certain people are in or out. And we do that on our website. If you guys want to head over to dgfantasy.com, I provide some extra premium content, and that's also on top of the free content that I provide. So if you guys look here in front of you, I did a recap. Let's go ahead and start out with the free content down below. I posted on the video Avery Bradley under 13 Prizepicks points. He did absolutely nothing the entire game, which I was actually pretty happy about, even though he played like 28 minutes, which obviously was scary. But he did hit the under there of 13 fantasy points. Korkmaz over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That was a miss. I expected him to be more involved, especially with the minutes that he was given, but unfortunately it didn't hit. Tobias Harris over 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This was the most confident I was in the play. I think the last 3 videos, my most confident play has hit with ease. So Tobias Harris did hit the over there. Westbrook over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He would have hit the over if he would have hit his shots, but that was just a horrible performance. And then also the Embiid over 11.5 rebounds did miss. So 2 for 5 on the free content that you guys saw yesterday. But once injury news did break on the Los Angeles Lakers, I did post some more plays, and there were some softer lines that I was able to observe. So AD over 29.5 is something I posted to my premium picks. Hit the over there on the fantasy points. Towns over 41 fantasy points as well. Monk over 20.5 fantasy points also hit. And then Stanley Johnson would have hit this if he did anything in the second half, but I believe he ended the entire game with like 10 points, rebounds, and assists, and he ended the first half with 8. So he did nothing in the second half, but it is what it is. I did okay overall, went 5 of 9. I'm definitely not going to complain, but that is the worst, I think, overall day that we've had since we started this series, which is definitely promising. But now that we have 11 games, I'm definitely a lot more confident in some of these other plays we're going to be going over here in just a second. So let's go ahead and dive into my favorite overall Prizepicks. Also, before we dive into the content, I do want to remind you guys, if you guys haven't signed up for Prizepicks, don't know why you're watching this video, but if you haven't, enter code using DGF for 100% matchup to $100, gives you guys $100 just of free money to play. If you guys hate the app, if you guys never want to play again, just waste all your promo money and just delete the app. But if you love the game, if you love playing Prizepicks, go ahead and revisit this video every single day. We will be posting free content every single day. My honorable mention for this Prizepicks board is going to be Norman Powell over 29.5 fantasy points. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of a 4.5 out of 10. Their matchup versus Houston is going to be a high-paced matchup, should be competitive, and has a very high over-under. Not only that, Norman Powell has crazy minute upside with all the injuries out for the Trailblazers. He's averaging 36 minutes a game over his past 4 games. Powell is also averaging 0.96 fantasy points per minute with Lillard and Nance both off the court. If Covington sits, he gets an even higher usage bump. And right now, Covington is questionable. If Covington is ruled out, this line will definitely change, so make sure you jump on it now. We have Norman Powell projected for 34 fantasy points if Covington plays. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Monty Morris under 24 fantasy points. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of 5 out of 10. Barton was questionable, but now he's probable, which affects Morris's usage rate. In games where Barton, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic are starting, Morris averages about 9 shot attempts a game. We'll compare this to his 12 shot attempts a game when Barton is not on the court. He's also only projected to play 28 minutes in this matchup. This is going to be very hard for a player who's only averaging 0.78 fantasy points per minute on the season to hit the over of 24. Therefore, I'm taking the under. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Miles Bridges over 31 fantasy points. I'm giving this a confidence rating of a 6 out of 10. The past 3 games Bridges has played, they have all been blowouts. Because of this, he hasn't seen fourth quarter run. This has pushed his median projection on Prizepicks all the way down to 31 fantasy points. This is a great buy low opportunity because we project Miles Bridges to play the entire game. This is supposed to be a competitive matchup. The Lakers are also coming off a back-to-back, possibly without LeBron, so there's going to be little to no defense in this game. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Ja Morant over 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to give this a confidence rating of 7 out of 10. Morant has hit the over of this projection the past 4 out of 5 games. He's also averaging an insane 1.5 fantasy points per minute without Kyle Anderson, Brooks, and Tyus Jones on the court this season. This is also supposed to be a very competitive matchup where they're only favored by 3 points against the Jazz, so they're going to need all of Morant in this game. This is also without Rudy Gobert. Morant has shot an average of 28.5 shot attempts over the past 4 games. His usage rate has also been the highest over his career over the past 4 games. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Karl-Anthony over 27.5 fantasy points. This deserves a confidence rating of a 7.5 out of 10. This is the lowest line on Karl-Anthony we have seen in a very long time. This presents a perfect buy low opportunity. Karl-Anthony is always guaranteed minutes in very close competitive matchups. This matchup versus Detroit, 2 very bad teams, is supposed to be very competitive. Not only that, Karl-Anthony is still averaging over a fantasy point per minute despite Jalen Suggs being back in the lineup and taking a ton of shots. Right now, we have Karl-Anthony projected at 33 fantasy points. And my favorite overall prize pick entry for this slate is going to be Bismack Biambo over 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to give this a very good confidence rating of a 9 out of 10. He started last game and almost played over 30 minutes because there's no true center to back him up. Overall, the Suns have a very thin rotation right now. They just simply need Bismack Biambo versus Karl-Anthony Towns tonight. He should be on the court a majority of the game as long as he stays out of foul trouble. Right now, we have Biambo projected for an insane 35 points, rebounds, and assists. This puts him way over his projection on Prizepicks at 22.5. And that will wrap up my video, guys. Quick fun fact, while I was recording this video, I saw some other injury news come in and some other Prizepicks entries come on the board that I really do like. I just don't have enough time to go ahead and dissect them and do a whole video on them. So if you guys want to sign up for our premium content, head over to dgfantasy.com. Only $5 a week gives access to all my favorite premium Prizepicks. You guys get put into a premium Discord chat where I update the plays all day throughout the day. And that will wrap up my content, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this content. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course, smash that like button for all of our future NBA content. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and let's cash.